Hey everyone, and welcome back to Battleborn. I've got a new build for you today. This one is for Galilea, and I call it Corrupting Onslaught. I didn't play her before the nerf, but I can't believe this is the nerfed version because she is an absolute monster. This build can push out some serious damage, but it's also got lots of versatility. So if you're in a match where you can't be super aggressive, it's fine. She can hold a lane. She can help your allies. She can do it all, really. So whatever the match calls for, she can fall into that role and be super useful on the team no matter what. And I usually have one match that I share with each build that I make, but I went ahead and shared two with these because I got a ton of kills on both, and both matches played out very differently, so I figured I may as well show you a little bit of this build's versatility by giving you two matches. So if you want to see those, they're in the description below. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you my Helix choices. So for level 1, we are going with Vortex. You want to pull those enemies into you. Definitely super vital for this build. Level 2, we go with Mark of the Feeble. If they've got healers on their team, you're going to stop that right up with the shield throws. And skilled throw is terrible anyway. It bounces your shield all around, doesn't do much damage, and only applies the stun to the first person. So not really useful Helix. Go with the right, Mark of the Feeble. Level 3, we go with It's Dangerous to Go Alone. This is kind of where the build gets its name. As long as you're at full health, you're going to be shooting out projectiles like crazy. It's going to give you a ranged option, going to give you a massive damage boost in melee, hitting the melee attacks plus those ranged at the same time. It's just gross amounts of damage. Level 4, we go with Bleak Quiet, adds a silence to the Desecrate. Now the Desecrate's really nasty, pulls in and silences. Level 5, we go with Antihero. Max Corruption, gonna give you 35% attack speed, and Corruption is easy to gain, especially with lots of attack speed that we're getting from gear. So it's just gonna make your attacks super ridiculously fast. Alright, level 6, we go to the left with Dark Age, increase the duration of our Desecrates. Level 7, we go with Mirror Knight on the left. That's going to give you a reflect chance whenever you're blocking. You could go with Duelist, but the way I play it, if I throw my shield and I miss my target, that means I made a big mistake. So I should have my shield at all times because I usually just throw it and then pick it back up. So if you miss with your shield throws a lot, you might want to go with the Duelist, but I go with Mirror Knight. I prefer that much more. Level 8, going with Inescapable Fate. This adds the final piece to your Desecrate, being just gross in terms of its capabilities. Now you pull them in, you silence them, and you slow them, and you've got crazy damage, especially if you're at full health. They're just gonna die. They're just gonna die. Level 9, we go with Tideturner. Now, whenever I hit someone with a shield throw, it's gonna give me a movement speed boost. I almost always use the shield throw when someone's trying to escape from me. So that's going to hit them, stun them, let me get to them super fast, and finish up the job. And level 10, I go with Pitch Black. It's honestly Deeper Than Doubt is really not that great. So Pitch Black adds some use. It gets you to max corruption, keeps your attack speed up. Maybe you want to use your ultimate aggressively. Maybe somebody chased you after you use the ult and you just want to turn around and see if you can kill them real quick. It's just a little bit more useful, but you could really go either way with that one. But I go with Pitch Black. Alright, let me show you my gear. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And for those of you that have seen my latest build guides, it should come to as no surprise to you that I'm going with the same gear. This combo is just awesome, and I've yet to find anything for melee characters that's working better for me. So I've got this Hurricane item, 9.8% attack speed. I've got the Eviscerating Endoskeletal Graft, attack damage and attack speed, and I've got the Doomsday Key that you can get from Rendane on the Heliophage mission. attack speed, plus a ton of attack speed when you lose your shield, and your shield's gonna recharge faster. So this combo of items is just brutal, and I've been using it for like 3 builds now, and it's freaking wonderful. I just can't say enough about it. It's absolutely insane how well it works. Alright, well, now that you've seen my Helix choices and my gear choices, let's jump to some clips, and I'll explain to you how to play this build. So the first thing to be aware of with Galilea is that her spin attack only fires off if she's in motion. It doesn't have to be much, any movement at all is going to trigger that spin attack, so you can just slightly move back and forth or whatever you prefer. You just need to make sure that you're in motion at all times that you're attacking. So for level 1 and 2, you already have a nice kit available to you. You've got your pull off of Desecrate, your stun from shield throw, and you've got respectable damage. So if anyone overextends or isolates themselves, you can kill them or at least make them flee with low health, unless it's a Montana or other tanky character like that. Galilea is great for clearing minion waves because of her desecration pulling everything together, increasing the damage done to that wave, and then her spin attacks hit everything. So you should have no issues at all leveling up. At level 3, you pick up It's Dangerous to Go Alone, and this is going to give you a ranged option and a nasty amount of melee damage if you can keep your health at max. If you drop even 1 point of health, it's gone, so shield penetration is not your friend, neither is Melka with her constant damage over time, or really any sort of long-range character that can chip off even a little bit of your health. Now, if you have a Miko who likes to heal you, then you too can be a 2-man wrecking team because he can keep you at full HP fairly well, but it's certainly not necessary to take that route. Healing stations do wonders, and all you really need to do is get the drop on someone because you can dish out a ton of damage before they even know what's going on, and you could even smack them with your shield throw if you wanted to get in some more free shots, but I typically only use that when they're trying to run. At level 4, you pick up Silence with your Desecrates, and for some characters, this is a death sentence. I can tell you firsthand with Eldragon, you get a Desecrate on him and he's in some trouble. He doesn't have a whole lot of options and he's super squishy. But it's really nasty for most characters in the game, to be honest. Having your ability shut down, having you pulled and disoriented, and if Galilea's at max HP, she is blasting you with some nasty shots. So it's just super effective combo, and especially on healers, because you just shut down their ability to heal, and if you time it right, you can nail them with a shield toss right after and cut off their healing for an additional 5 seconds, plus that stun. So it's a super nasty combo. At level 5, you get your ultimate, which is great for getting you out of bad situations. But more importantly, you pick up the Antihero Helix that gives you up to a 35% attack speed increase when at max corruption. And when paired with the attack speed gear, holy crap. You just turn into a whirlwind and your damage goes through the roof, especially when you're at max HP with those range shots. Plus, with the range shots, they build corruption, so if you're planning on engaging someone in melee, you can just shoot them with the range shots to get that corruption up before you commit to the melee. Now, if you do manage to jump on someone from behind or hit them with your combo and prevent them from damaging your health, you're going to rip right through them. And once I get all my gear activated, I'll typically go build a healing station somewhere and return to it to get my health back to max, so then I can go out and murder the next person. Now, if the other team isn't watching each other's backs, then you can just freely roam around and decimate just about any character in the roster in seconds, and there's really nothing they can do about it. They're just gonna die, and you can move on to the next person, and yeah, no one's gonna be able to stop you. So, you know, even if your health drops below max health, your damage is still super high, and you can easily take people out. But that burst damage from max HP, it's just on another level. At level 8, you're going to get a slow on those Desecrate activations, and this is the final piece to your dominance on the map. Pulling someone, silencing them, amplifying the damage they take, and now slowing them all at once with the option to follow it up with a stun is just too much for just about anyone to handle. With all that damage you're going to be raining down on them. If anyone dares to go alone at this point and you're sitting at max health with your cooldowns ready to go, then you're just going to eat them alive. Good players will make sure you're not at max HP if they can help it, and they're going to always be on the lookout for you. But many players either can't or have no idea they need to get some HP damage in on you, so in most matches, I just start wiping the floor with everyone. What usually ends up happening is the other team will surrender or they'll start playing very defensively. If they do start playing defensively, it's important that you change your playstyle and stop being so aggressive, because even if you feel invincible at this point, you most certainly aren't, and multiple characters focusing you are going to take you down real fast, especially if they're smart enough to flank you. In the Overgrowth match linked in the description, the Wrath on the other team was saving his ultimates just for me, and with his allies around, there wasn't much I could do except die. And in that case, I fell into the trap at least a little bit of being a little too aggressive at the end of the game because of how dominant I had been for the rest of the game. So just make sure you don't fall into that trap. If the other team adjusts their strategy, adjust yours. So there you have it, the corrupting Onslaught build for Galilea. Some people on the forum said she was nerfed into the ground, and that's just hilarious because she's an absolute monster. I hope you enjoy this build, and be sure to let me know how it works out for you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.